Today we're going to look at the Heritage Audio RAM System 2000. That is a monitor controller. Hey, what's going on? Chris here from MIXDOWN Online. If you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel, click that notification bell so you don't miss anything. And for all of you, share and like if you like the video, of course. Now we're going to look at the Heritage Audio RAM System 2000. Now this is a desktop size monitoring controller system that is actually pretty cool. I actually put my hands on it not too long ago. My previous monitoring system was pretty old, like maybe more than 12 years old. So I was overdue to change. Actually, my previous one was actually broken. So I was looking to get a new one, and I saw this one at Winternam, and I was like very intrigued. Okay, so I had a chance to put my hands on it, to try it out for more than a month. And it is not going to leave my studio. It's going to stay right here with me because I really like it. Okay, so let's take a look at what we have here with this very good looking monitoring system from Heritage Audio. Now, the first thing I'm going to talk about is the build of this unit. Very solid. It's all made of metal. And it's like you can tell that the build is of high quality. Everything is very solid. Even the headphone knobs are quite solid, you know. So that giant knob also is quite good looking. I kind of like that vintage look that we get with this monitoring system. Now, even this knob is like quite solid. So what we get here with that very good looking classic knob, we have 64 1 dB steps for attenuation. And there's a kind of a click that follows the knob when you turn it up or down, which is quite nice. Very practical. And if we look here, we have all buttons here that are illuminated if they are selected, which is quite nice. Now, if we look at the input side of this controller, we have the 3 stereo input that we have with the controller. And the third one is you have the choice between a on balance input or a balance input. If you want to switch it to on balance, you click on shift and you click on N3, and that will switch it to an on balance input. That can be useful. And then we have the digital input, which is an RCA connector that is at the back of the unit. We'll see that later on. And that digital input sounds very good. It has very good conversion. What it says that it has a pure brown 24-bit 296 audio DA conversion, which is quite nice. Then we have the Bluetooth option here. If you select it, you'll be able to connect your device, your Bluetooth device, directly on that system, so you can listen to your music through the RAM System 2000. You know, with your phone, for example, very easy to connect, and it's actually surprising how good the sound is. It's high quality streaming. Then we have the mute. Okay, we can mute the full signal, and also if we look on top, we have the mute left, mute right, and also we can mute the sub. Okay, on every set of speakers, which are right here. On the output at the right side of the unit, where we can find the 3 outputs. Okay, we have 3 inputs and then we have 3 outputs, and this is where I connect, of course, all of my different monitors. I run 3 pairs of monitors here in my studio, so this is very, very useful for me. On my first output, I have my pair of focals, and then a pair of Kelly Audio speakers, and then on the third output, I have a very cheap pair of speakers that is a bit kind of an Auratone type speaker. Then you can assign different level presets by clicking on Shift and then Save Preset, and then you select which monitor you want to save that preset on. And this also can be very practical. Then if we look at the bottom of this unit, we have the DIM. the dim button, which will dim down the volume of the signal. Then at the bottom here, we have the talkback section of the unit, where you can send the talkback to the Q mix or to the mix, the stereo mix, okay, which I'm going to talk about when we're going to take a look at the back of the unit, because this is actually an extra mix output that we have with this unit. So we also have the level, of course. You can adjust the gain level of the talkback microphone by clicking on Shift and mic plus if you want to increase it, or mic gain minus if you want to decrease the gain level of the talkback microphone. And talking about the talkback and Q mixes and stuff, we have the headphones right here. So we can connect up to 2 pair of headphones. We have the regular headphone output right here and on each side of the unit. And then we have the HP Mix Q, which is going to switch between the mix signal and the Q mix signal to feed the headphones. Very useful. Then right here on top, we have, of course, the input level. And if we look on top, we have a small display. And also we have on the right, the top right, we have the small antenna, which is going to be used to feed the Bluetooth signal to the system. And then just under below that antenna, we have some red LEDs that will show us if we're synced or not, and also the codec that we are using. So if, for example, I play some audio off my phone, you're going to see the codec that I'm going to be using in this case, and it is the aptX codec. Okay, so this is what it's going to show you. Now, if we look at the back of the unit, what we have 3 inputs, stereo inputs. We have input number 1, 2, and 3. And then we have the LFE output, which is dedicated to the sub speaker. Then right on top of that output, we have the SPDIF output for digital signal. And then we have the outputs, the main outputs 1, 2, and 3. And then we have that mix output, which is an extra output that is pre-fader, meaning that the giant knob that you're playing with, that you're adjusting your volume with, is not going to affect the output of that signal. Okay, so this is going to feed itself by what's coming into the input directly in the RAM system. Okay, and it's just going to bring that right out. So if you want to use an external recorder, you can actually use that mix output to do so. And then we have our Q in and Q out. That is used to send a musician a monitor mix. Okay, again, very useful. So you can set that up out of your DAW, plug that in directly, and use the RAM system as your monitoring system for the musicians you are going to work with in the studio. And this is where the talkback comes pretty handy. Okay, so this is what we get with the Heritage Audio RAM 2000 monitoring system, which is quite amazing. Again, I've been working with it for quite a while, and as you can see, I have a lot of stuff plugged into this unit, and you know, I actually have nothing negative to say about this monitor controller system. Okay, it works very well built, very solid, and you know, it serves me well for my needs, you know, for the needs that I have here at my studio. So there you go, my friends. I'm going to leave all the infos in the description down below if you want to know more about this pretty cool unit. And if we look at the price range, I think you get this one for less than $900 US, which is very good for the quality type monitor controller that you get with the RAM 2000. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, share and like. And again, if you're new here on the channel, feel free to subscribe to the channel and to click the notification bell so you don't miss anything. All right, my friends, thank you for watching, and I'm going to see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.